Hey, hi all. Good afternoon. So this is an Adhoc session, and we'll be discussing about few of the keys. First of all, primary key. Maybe if you know this, what is still I'm covering. So any idea what is primary key? Anyone?
It identifies the each row uniquely.
Identifies each row uniquely. Okay. I think I have to give you an example. First of all, what are the keys? Any idea? What is the meaning of key? See,
Keys of
key.
particular value or column of a table.
Okay, so key plays a very vital role, okay, very important role in the world of database. Okay, so and especially to freshers, this kind of questions are asked about keys. Sometime for data modeling portfolio as well, they can ask this question. Okay, so key plays a very important role, whether you are thinking about joins or any other thing, whether you are trying to find duplicates and all the stuff. Okay. And there are multiple keys. For that, we have to understand with the help of an example. Suppose this is employee ID, this is employee name, this is salary. Okay, very simple example I've taken. ID 1, 2, 3, 4. Name is A, B, C, D. Salary is 200, 300, 300, 500. Just tell me, do you think this is a possible scenario which I'm showing you here?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. It is possible that in a company you can have two employees with the same name. Correct? Correct? No. It is possible that we can have two employees with the same name, like Ashok Kumar, Akash, Rahul. Okay. Manoj is a very common name. So it is possible that two employees can have the same. Now, suppose if I'm telling employee name B, so is this clear, like to whom I am uh, we're talking about? Is this clear?
No, it's ambiguous.
It's not clear, right? It's ambiguous, like about whom we are talking. It's not clear. Now, if I'm talking about salary 200, is this clear about whom we are talking? Again, not clear, right? It is possible that in a company you can have more than one employee with the same salary, right? So key means a particular column which should uniquely identify a record. Now, in this, if I will tell you employee ID 1, you will understand that, oh, I'm talking about employee name A, salary 200, right? So, so the primary key is the one, like you can uniquely identify it. Okay. So here, which column is a primary key? Employee ID, because the employee ID values are distinct for each and every record. If I will tell you employee ID 4, so it is crystal clear. We are talking about employee name B with salary 500, correct? Is this clear?
Yes.
So now a primary key, if you're telling a column as a primary key, like here I'm telling that this column employee ID is a primary key. So if a column is a primary key, it means it has to fulfill two conditions. Must be unique, it means there should not be in duplicate. Must not be null. Is it possible that employee ID is null and we have the employee name as F? Do you think the scenario is possible? No.
No.
In each and every company, each and every employee has an employee ID. So if a column is a primary key, it means it must be satisfying these two conditions. It must be unique and it must not be null. Hope it is clear.
Yes, Tanvir.
And this is very important, like when you are joining two tables, I'm not telling it is mandatory in that two tables can be joined using primary key only, no. But it's what I can say, like it is recommended that if you're joining two tables, then you must join based on the primary key. That's a different topic of discussion. That if you don't have a primary key, can I join two tables? Yes, you can join. Then what will happen? And that's a very big discussion. Okay. So now, can you tell me a few of the primary key examples from your daily life?
Aadhaar card, social security number.
Yeah, that's all. Your SSN number, your Aadhaar card, your voter ID card, your DL, PAN card, your account number. These all are the example of primary keys. So in your project, if 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 the business analyst they're talking about the primary key, it means they're talking about the column which must be unique and must not be null. You cannot insert null into that. Hope it is clear.
Yes.
Okay. And now for that, let me show you if I have some examples here. I think I have covered this in few of the batches. Now see, like if I have written here primary key employee ID. Okay, let me show you this. You should know these things. Okay, don't only think from the interview perspective, but if you have to work in project, these are the basic things you should know, else you will struggle. Many times it happens that you are able to clear an interview, but when you're working in project, you will struggle. You not understand what the other team members are talking, they're discussing. So you must not only study from the interview perspective, but you should think that, oh, I have finally have to work in a project, so I should know all this stuff. So see, I'm inserting employee in this employee table. I'm inserting this data. Okay, and this is inserted. Now I have a question. Now I'm inserting this two, sorry, one. This is C and this is B. Why this is throwing error message?
Primary key
Any
function
idea?
is not fulfilled.
Right?
Sir, because
Hmm.
one is same.
Yes, sir, because one is like repeating.
Good. Because here we have told to this employee table that in this table, I want this employee ID to be a primary key. The moment you will write a column as a primary key, so your engine will understand that, oh, in this employee ID, if the user is trying to insert duplicate, I don't have to accept it. So that's what the SQL engine has observed that, oh, Mr. Tanveer has already inserted employee ID 1. He's again trying to insert employee ID 1. It means he is trying to violate this syntax. He's trying to violate the definition of primary key. That is why engine is telling, sorry, Tanveer, you are violating the unique constraint. You are violating. I will not allow you to insert duplicate in this employee ID column. Hope it is clear.
Yes.
Now see, I will try to insert ID 2, not check it. Engine has accepted it, correct? Why? Because now you're trying to insert ID 2, which is different than ID 1. These are unique. These are different, right? Now here, suppose if I try to insert this one, please go on mute, guys. Suppose this record. Then Why this is throwing error message?
Primary key should not be null.
Hope it is clear now.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So primary key is clear, okay? So what next? Okay, then we getting background noise. Please go on mute if you're not speaking, guys. Okay. Now, sometime what happens? Suppose this is clear. Now, another scenario. Another scenario. Hmm. I have this customer table, okay? So I have customer. So this is the name.
पराठा खाने को ले लो मैं कह रहा हूँ नहीं उसके लिए दीदी रोटी बना देना कहने उन्होंने नहीं बोला
This is transaction ID. Products. Okay. Okay, I will keep it simple. So suppose customer name is John. Transaction ID is 101. It has, and suppose I have data as well. And product is like he has bought a book. Suppose he has bought a speaker. Okay. And 12th March 2023. Okay. So Mr. John has purchased a speaker on 12th March 2023. Transaction ID is 101. So far in this table, if I will tell you name is a primary key, will you agree?
No.
Why not?
In
Why
primary
not?
key, we must have unique value.
No, this is John is unique. No, we have only one record. John, this is unique. You are
Yeah, further anyone's name can be like John in that table.
Tanvir, you're not audible.
okay. I think I was just. I'm audible now, and my screen
Yes.
is visible.
Yes, sir, but your
Loading
screen is
I
not
think his skin is
visible.
still loading. My skin is now. His skin is visible.
Yes,
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 please.
sir.
Oh, what I'm telling is, so far, do you think in this table, customer name is a primary key? Will you agree?
No.
Why no?
Further anyone's name can be like John in this table if records are being ended like.
I agree. Further, it can happen, but of now, I'm asking.
yes, yes, we can
Now,
consider as of now.
now it's unique, so yes.
Right. So far, it is a it can be a primary key. What about transaction ID?
It's also a primary.
It can we can make this also as a primary key. Correct? Are you getting my point?
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Okay. What about products?
It's also
This can
it
also
can
be a
be
primary key. Date. This can also be a primary key. So what I am telling actually here is just based on the set of you cannot decide what can be primary key.
you.
Now suppose John.
Yes, sorry to
John.
interrupt you. Can I just use voice taking it?
Yeah,
Is the voice breaking? Still breaking?
Yes, please.
yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, little bit
Okay.
it's breaking.
1 minute. Let me 1 minute. Let me reconnect my head. How it is now, guys?
Clear.
Now it's better. Yeah. Clear.
It's fine now.
That's clear? No. Now, suppose John has done one more transaction next day, is 102, and he bought a laptop. Okay. On 13th of March, next day. Okay. Now, in this table, tell me, do you think John can be a primary key?
No.
No.
We cannot make John as a primary key, right? Why? Because it is possible that the same customer can do multiple transactions. If the Flipkart or Amazon, if they will check their transaction, they check their database based on my name, Tanvir, or your name, maybe they will find a lot of transactions, correct? So you cannot make name here as a primary key. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What about transaction ID so far?
Yeah, it's unique so
Yes.
far.
Product, it is also unique. Date is also unique. Okay. So far, this three can be a primary key. Okay. John 103, speaker on 14th of April 2023. Now, do you think now John is not a primary key? That is clear. So, do you think products is a primary key anymore?
No.
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 No. It is possible. You purchase a speaker and it's not working properly. Again, you will purchase some new speaker of another brand or company, right? So now product is also not a primary key. Correct? Clear?
Yes.
What about transaction ID and date? Still, they both are fulfilling the conditions of a primary key. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now moving ahead. John 101 mobile 12th March. Now listen to this very carefully. It is possible that on 12th March, I purchased multiple products from Flipkart or Amazon, anyone, right? That is possible now. So you will get a single transaction ID and you purchase multiple products. So now do you think your date can be made a primary key?
No.
No, you cannot make this. So your name cannot be a primary key. Do you think transaction ID? No,
No.
this is repeated.
In
What
this case,
about
no.
product? In this case, no. What about product?
No.
No.
What about date?
No.
No.
No. Okay. From this example, we understood that it is possible that sometime in your getting background noise. Please go on mute, guys. Okay, thank you. It is possible that sometime in your project you will be having a table which will not be having any primary key. This is possible, and this is a misconception. Generally, people think that no. If there is a table, there must be primary key. No, it's not mandatory. You can have a table without primary key. Okay, is this clear? And this is the perfect example I'm showing you. Okay. Now the question is then how to identify it. Okay, how to identify it.
I have one question here, Tanvir.
Yeah,
Can I
please
go
tell
ahead?
me. Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
uh, Generally, I think a transaction ID will be maintained unique. In my experience, I think transaction ID has to be unique, even if a same guy is, but even if John is purchasing two different products on the same date, I think it should be something like 101/1 101/2 is my understanding. Can you please correct me here?
No, I totally agree. That depends from business to business. I totally agree. It can be same, but suppose assume this scenario, maybe this can be a bill number or receipt number, anything. So, but you will get a one bill number only, no, when you're doing multiple transactions on the same day.
So that is possible for this example. You're showing it like this. Correct?
Yeah. You can assume it in this way. But your scenario is also a valid one. That is also possible. Sometimes if you're purchasing multiple products, they will give a different IDs for that. But suppose here, this is and this like what is happening on the same day if you're purchasing multiple products, they will give you a single transaction ID. Okay. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now in this table so far, do you have any primary key?
No.
No.
We don't have any primary key because none of the keys, none of the columns are satisfying the condition of a primary key. And this is a very practical scenario in any project. It can happen, okay? So don't think that in a project you must be having a primary key. It is not mandatory. Maybe it will be surprising, but it's not mandatory, okay? Now, in this case, you have to, then how you will identify a record? Suppose if I will tell the transaction of John, so they have multiple transactions, which I'm targeting. It's not clear, right? If I will take transaction ID 101, it's not clear. I'm talking about a speaker or mobile. Transaction on 12th March, it is not clear. 12th March, which transaction I'm talking about, right? Then in that case, in this case, what happens? We take combination of two columns. Okay. We will take combination of two columns, so combination of three columns. Can you tell me combination of two columns from this table which can uniquely identify each record?
Transaction ID and products.
Transaction ID and products, correct. So the combination of this will uniquely identify a record. If I'm telling transaction ID 101 and a speaker, it is crystal clear that I'm talking about this product, this record, right? Is this clear?
Yes.
So then this combination will be known as composite primary key. So this is an example of composite primary key. So what is a composite primary key in this table? Transaction ID and products. Hope it is clear.
Yes.
Any questions so far?
Tanvir,
No.
I have a question. So let's say we don't have a column quantity in this table, and the user has purchased multiple speaker in a same transaction. And if those comes at a different records in the table, then we cannot identify, right?
Okay, can you repeat once more? A good question.
Yeah, let's say we don't have a quantity column in this table, and
Quantity
let's
is
say
not there. This
yeah,
is transaction ID. Quantity is not there, huh? Okay.
yeah, let's say John has purchased 10 speakers in similar transaction 101. Okay. And so at this case, if we consider transaction ID and product as a composite key, but then also we cannot identify the records uniquely, right?
You're telling like we have a column quantity?
No, let's say we don't have a column quantity.
No, not say. Here I don't have quantity. It's clear.
Yeah.
Are you telling like if we have quantity, is that your question?
No. If quantity is that is fine. Like if I purchase 10 speakers, then in that quantity column we could have 10. But I'm going by this example. We don't have the quantity column, right?
Okay.
So let's say John has purchased 10 speakers in the similar transaction 101. Okay. Now there will be 10 different records will be coming to this table, right?
Oh, but if all the speakers of the same brand, then it will maintain only one record only. They will write here that okay, quantity 10. Only one record.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. Like let's say in this table we don't have this quantity column. So if quantity was there, then it would have been not a since quantity is not there, then it will come as a different record, right? Different row. Then how we can identify those records uniquely?
Maybe I'm not able to understand like what you're telling. Like suppose if this quantity column is there, okay, and if I'm not referring this quantity column, and if I will tell okay transaction ID 101 and a speaker, so by this it is clear that, okay, John has purchased speaker on 12th of March, and tennis speakers he have purchased. If your question is that all the tennis speakers are of different brand, then how you will find from this that which brand we are referring to? Is that your question?
Yes, yes.
So that is the grain actually. When you are doing data modeling, that is known as the grain of the data. It means you want to go at a more detailed level. Then in that case, you have to add a new column brand. Then a speaker, which brand speaker you purchase, that you have, and then they will get 10 records for the speaker. The speaker, this is of maybe a JBL, this is of Sony or Boat or any other company. Then for that, you have to increase the number of columns. And that is why the data modeler, the technical architecting, they design all those things. And that is known as grain of data, means how minute details you want to capture, and then correct. Then in that case, the transaction ID and product will not suffice the requirement. Then in that case, maybe you have to take transaction ID, product, and brand. That is what I'm coming. That sometimes 2-column combination will still not be unique. Then you have to search for the 3-column combination. Sometimes 3-column combination is not unique. You have to search for 4-column combination. In my project, I have worked till 6-column combinations. So it is not like only 2 columns. You have to search it, maybe 3 columns, 4 columns, 5 columns. That's why the name is composite primary key. Is that clear, Supreme? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Okay. So hope it is clear, guys. Composite primary key.
Yes, Tanvir, it is clear. I have one question here. Instead of having a combination of, instead of having a combination of keys, why can't I add just one more column and make that as a primary key? Is my question.
Add one more new column and make that as a primary key, right?
Yeah.
That is a surrogate key. That I will explain after this.
Okay. I mean, my question is, I know for the fact that we have surrogate keys. In spite of having surrogate keys, why should I go for composite keys? Is my question actually.
I will tell the difference. I will come to that. Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
I will tell that. And Abhijit is asking, what is that message? By using deduplication, we can find the composite key. Deduplication is entirely different logic, different concept, Abhijit. So in deduplication, what happens? You're getting the same data from multiple sources, and then you give priority, and then you have to load any one source data. That's a different concept, deduplication. Okay. That is nowhere related to this composite primary key or primary key. When you're loading the data, then you will take care that what is the primary key then. Okay. Hope it is clear so far.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. Let me proceed further. See, if you understand the things from base now, so interviewer will not be able to confuse you much. So that's what I'm trying to give you with the help of one example, how it's working. Okay. So this is employee, this is customer. Now, next example I will take. Suppose you have this employee table, you have employee ID, you have employee name, you have salary, you have location. Okay. Employee name is Abdul, salary is 250 rupees, location is Delhi. Okay, then you have Rajesh, 500, is also in Delhi. Then you have John, 650 rupees, Bangalore. Let's take only 3 reports. Okay. Now this is the data, very simple data. Okay. Okay. Now what happened? What happened? Abdul is transferred from Delhi to Chennai. Okay. Abdul got transferred from Delhi to Chennai. So we'll make a new entry for Abdul here. Abdul is transferred to Chennai. Hope it is clear. Now in this table, if I will tell you employee ID is a primary key, will you agree with me?
Yeah.
Will you agree? Okay. Now here, if I will tell you that this employee ID is a primary key, will you agree?
No.
No, here you will not agree. Why? Because we have duplicate, right?
Correct.
ID1 is duplicate. And why this ID1 is duplicate? Because you are maintaining history of Abdul. That okay, Abdul was in Delhi, then he is transferred to Chennai. This is known as SCD type 2. In ETL class, we will study this in detail. Okay. So far clear? Now, because in order to maintain sometime the history of data, what happens? Your primary key will be disturbed. Like here, employee ID was a primary key, right? But when you maintain the history, now this is no more a primary key. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now to solve this problem, what we do is we will insert a new key in this table, which is known as surrogate key. And we'll write it like this: employee ID underscore SK means surrogate key. And this will be like this will be incremental. Okay. Now this surrogate key, do you think this is unique for all the records?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your surrogate key. Hope you understood what is surrogate key.
Yes.
Any question? So generally in SCD type 2, what is SCD type 2? We'll discuss in detail after maybe next class sometime. So, but when you are maintaining the history of record, so now this employee is no more a primary key. And for that, you will add a new column, which is known as surrogate key. And this will be like you see, this is auto incremented. Now, if I will tell you that employee ID surrogate key 1, so it is clear I'm talking about this record. Employee ID surrogate key 4, I'm talking about this record. So this is known as surrogate key. Fine.
And what's the need of this surrogate? We could have got the same by row number, right?
Row number. Row number is also the same thing. I agree. Okay. So the functionality is same. It is like row number only. Okay. But when you're creating table, you have to derive this, right? That whenever a new record will be populated, a new surrogate key will be generated for that. So functionality wise, they both are same. Your row number also performs the same thing. It will create a sequence. That is what your surrogate key is doing here. It will create a sequence. Now suppose if Abdul is transferred again from Chennai to Bangalore, so you will get a new value here. This is 5. Is this clear? Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Any questions so far? You see, you have to be very clear on this. Otherwise, if you'll tell the definition in the interviews, the interview will start grilling you, roasting you, and all those things. Okay. Now, but still we have a challenge here. From this only, it is not clear that what is the current location of Abdul. That's not clear. You know that it is transferred. He's transferred from Delhi to Chennai to Bangalore, right? So for that, then what we do is we keep a flag column. This is known as active flag, or in some project it is known as current indicator. So currently, if Abdul is in Bangalore, this will be Y, and this will be N. This will be N. This will be this will be Y. This will be Y. This will be N. So if it is Y, it means that is an active flag. If it isn't, that means it is not active. If it is N, it means earlier Abdul was in Delhi. If it is N, it means earlier Abdul was in Chennai. If it is Y, means now Abdul is in Bangalore. So this is your surrogate key. Hope it is clear, guys.
Yes, Tanvir.
Any questions so far? Come on, any question?
Tanvir, I'm still not clear on that part. That
Which
why
one?
we are introducing this surrogate key when we could have got the same thing using row number.
No, I'm telling this is like row number only. This is like row number only. Means if you're using row number, that will also create a sequence, right? Certain numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is also doing the same thing. And this is also creating the sequence. This is known as sequence generator. Okay. And the one of the benefit of this is like how this is created is different from the row number. Whenever you will insert a new record, a new ID will be created. But a row number works on the existing record. If on this record you can create a row number, but when you will insert a new record, it will create a new surrogate key. That is what is known as auto-generated. It will generate the new numbers. But if you will think that, oh, this is exactly same as row number, you are correct. If I will create a new column here, row number, that will also generate the same number. So it is like, means functionality is same like row number only, but the use case are different. This will be used when you're creating a table. You have to define at that time. But row number is used when the data has been loaded, when you're extracting the data, then the row number is used.
But if we are inserting a new record in this table, so I mean, this surrogate key value we can define, that is fine. But the thing is that row number, which is auto-generated by the engine, that will also come.
Okay, complete.
I mean, that will also come as a unique value, right?
Correct. Yes.
I mean,
but you see, the row number you are using once the table data has been loaded, right? Then on top of it, you use the row number. But this sequence generator, this surrogate key, what it will do whenever a new I'm getting back. Whenever a new record will be inserted here, it will generate a sequence. Whenever new record is inserted, it will generate a sequence. But a row number will create a sequence once the data has been loaded and you're writing your select query in that. But it will generate the sequence whenever data has been loaded in this table. When data has been inserted in this table. Functionality wise, they both are same. That's what I'm telling. It also generates the sequence. Row number also generates the sequence. But the stage at which they generate, that is different. The surrogate key will generate while creating the table and when the data is getting inserted. But the row number will come into picture once the data has been loaded, and as a user you are checking, and that is for the display purpose, but this will be loaded into the table. Row number will not be there in the table, right? That is for the display purpose only.
So there is a concept of identity column in SQL Server.
Yeah. So that is your auto-generated. It will generate the values.
Once the record will inserted, it will create a new key.
Any question? Supriya, is this clear? I think Supriya has asked. Who has asked?
Yeah. So basically, that's what I understand, that you are, I mean, loading this particular record as surrogate key into a database, and then while for displaying purpose, you are having that row number.
Correct. Row number is just for the display purpose. Just for your use case only. It is for your analysis. But what this surrogate key will be intact in this table. This is a column of this table, but row number is not a column. It is just for the display purpose. It's for your analysis.
Okay. And what is the use case of this surrogate key? I mean, why we are loading this thing?
Use case, I will come to this. Now, what happens, like suppose if you want to join this employee table and you have some other department table, okay. And this department table, you have employee ID and you have employee name and you have department name, okay. Suppose employee ID 1, 2, 3, and employee name, this is employee name. The department name, this is sales, this is tech, this is HR, okay. Now, suppose if you don't have this surrogate key, and if you will join based on this employee ID 1, so you will get 3 records for Abdul. This 2, 1, and this 1 will join with this, correct?
Yeah.
Are you getting this point? Okay. You will get multiple record with this. Now, okay. So far, is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you will, I repeat, so far is this clear, guys? Because now you will get confused. So far is this story clear, everyone? Okay. Now, when you will tell SQL engine that I want to join employee ID with this employee ID, but with this active flag Y. So what will happen for ID 1? You will get this combination. And it means this surrogate key 5, right?
Yeah.
Then this will join with this table. Okay. And then this surrogate key will be loaded in this table as a foreign key. So now in this table, you will get a new column, employee ID underscore FK. And this will be 5. Okay. Now, whenever you want to fetch data from this table, you will directly join this with this. You cannot join this with this because this has multiple data. Now, if you can join this with this, you will get only unique records. Is this clear? Yes or no?
Oh, can you repeat, Tanvir, please?
Sure. Suppose if I'm joining employee table and department table based on employee ID, and employee ID 1, suppose we are checking 1, this is also 1. So you will get 1 with 1, 1 combination, this one with 1, 1 combination, this one with 1, 1 combination. You will get 3 records for Abdul.
Yes.
And this is also one of the reason once I have told that only the source team are not responsible for the duplicate data. Sometimes incorrect joining condition is also responsible for the duplicate data. Now, if you are joining employee and department based on the employee ID, so you will get 1 Abdul. Then this cells from here. Then you'll get again 1 Abdul. And this cells from here. You all know that how the join works, right? And again, 1 Abdul. Then you get cells from here. Now you got 3 records. Now your reporting manager will be confused that why then we are showing the same data twice. It is because you are joining this employee ID with this employee ID, and you know how the join works. It will scan the entire data, even if there is a match. Correct? Clear? First of all, is this clear so far? Now to solve this problem, what we will do, we will join this employee ID with this employee ID based on the ID, but we will add one more condition that I want active flag to be Y. Then engine will join this 1 and this active flag Y with this 1, and you will get only 1 record in the output. Then what it will do, it will take this surrogate key 5, which is active for this, and it will populate here. Okay. So now after this, if anyone wants to join this 2 table, they will join this 2 columns directly. Maybe after this, because you are not the only person who will be using this table. Your Power BI developer will be using, your data analyst will be using, your business analyst will be using, maybe some downstream applications are there who will be using. Then finally, they will think that, oh, this is the primary key of this table. They'll join this employee and department based on this surrogate key and this foreign. Maybe this, you can write any other name, but generally it is written as underscore FK means foreign key. Now, if you're using the row number, now hope you understood. That will not suffice the requirement here, right? Because that is just for the display purpose. But this will stay intact in this table. Similarly, for 2 Rajesh Tech, you will get 2 here. 3 John HR, you will get 3 here. So now when you will join this employee and department table based on this surrogate key and foreign key, you will get only unique records. So that's the benefit of surrogate key. Okay. Is this clear?
Yes. So we'll have 2 joins subsequently. First one will be with a combination of employee ID and active flag. Based on that, second join will be based on employee ID foreign key with that of employee ID surrogate key. Am I correct?
No. I am telling that when this table will be populated, in this table automatically, and this will be taken care by your data engineers when they will create the pipelines. Okay. They will add a new column employee ID foreign key, So when they're joining employee and department, while loading this table, how the table will be loaded, that's what I'm telling. You don't have to do anything. The data engineer will load this table. So while loading this table, they will join employee and department based on the employee ID and the active flag Y. Then what will happen? Only this set of records will be loaded in the department table. And then finally, they will load the corresponding surrogate key in this new column, employee ID foreign key.
Okay,
Okay.
fine. Thank you.
Then as a user, whenever you want to join employee and department table, now you are a user. Maybe you are a business analyst, data analyst, business intelligence guy. So if you have to join this two table, directly you will join employee ID surrogate key and employee ID foreign key. That's all. This is the story. And that's why we need surrogate key.
Yes, thank you.
Is this clear to everyone? Any question?
No.
Come on, guys. No, are you sure this is clear? I know this is a bit technical stuff. And,
Tanvir, if I may
yeah.
say, so employee ID underscore foreign key is nothing but it acts as a surrogate key in the second table, right?
In second table, no. In the second table, this is not a surrogate key. No. This we will pull and we will populate in the second table as a new column, but this is not a surrogate key here.
Okay, it's a foreign key.
It's a foreign key here. Okay. And again, that primary key foreign key relationship is a different topic in itself. It will take around 1 hour to discuss. Maybe you'll be thinking, what's a foreign key then? Maybe we can discuss it. But again, when the complexity increases, now, okay, hold on. So far, is this clear?
Yes.
Shall I proceed further if it is clear so far?
So Tanvir, if we
one
have
small question, sir.
Yeah. Who is asking? Shirjit or Supriya?
Yeah, actually, I was asking like how to add this surrogate while creating a table or altering the table, like after.
This is like
syntax wise.
Syntax wise, you might have seen that in a SQL Server, you have that identity. What I guess keyword is there, or else I will share the syntax with you. Or else do one thing. Okay, after this class, just Google identity in SQL Server. That's all. It will give you the syntax. Else I will share the syntax with you. Okay. Shrijit, is that clear? Am I audible?
You are, yes.
Okay,
yes,
I think
Tanvir, can we alternatively use a range for using it as a surrogate key? Because that also gives sequence of numbers.
Correct. You are also correct, but on different database, the sequence generators are different. I'm not discussing about that in detail because that is different database. But the data engineers or the SQL developers or the ETL developers, I think if anyone is in this group, they can understand. So they, while creating this table, they will define the surrogate key. Okay, and they will mark it there.
Yeah. Okay. I have one question here, Tanvir. This surrogate key part is like perfectly I understood. My question is, previously you talked about composite keys. So to avoid the confusion, instead of having complex keys, can I always have surrogate keys?
No. That's what I'm coming now. Now see, the composite primary key. Now, why we have surrogate key here? Because you're maintaining history. Is this clear?
Yes.
Abdul was in Delhi, then Abdul got transferred to Chennai, then Abdul got transferred to Bangalore. You're maintaining history of Abdul, right?
True.
But here we don't have anything like history. Here the problem is any single column is not satisfying the requirement of a primary key. That is why we are going for two column combination. And then we'll make it as a composite primary key. So here the scenario is different. And here the scenario is totally different. Now suppose here, if you will make a surrogate key, so what you will do, you will be having this table. And suppose here you will write a new surrogate key. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here this surrogate key, how you derive? Based on the combination of employee ID and active flag, correct?
True.
Correct, no? Here, how you will find that for John, which is the correct surrogate key? Tell me.
Yeah, I understood.
You will take the help of transaction ID and product. So already if I'm taking the help of this, then why I need this? This will suffice my requirement.
Yeah, and that will not even solve the purpose. So having surrogate key will never solve the purpose.
Yeah. So that's why you have to understand the surrogate keys are required when you're maintaining the history, and that is known as SCD type 2, slowly changing dimension type 2. 95% of the interviews, they will ask this question, SCD, slowly changing dimension 1, 2, and 3. But I think in Naveen, in your ETL batch last year in September, October, when I have taken, so I have discussed that in detail, right?
In detail, yes.
Yes, so that is why we need a surrogate key and then this composite primary key. Okay.
Yeah, the difference is perfectly clear now. Thank you.
Okay, good. Now, then there is a concept of candidate key. I will not take hardly 2 to 3 minutes when I have another meeting. Candidate key is like, suppose you have an employee ID, you have an employee name, and suppose here you are maintaining their Aadhaar card number. Suppose, I know this all things are not maintained, but they ask no, so maybe they used to maintain, I'm not sure. So do you think employee ID will be a primary key? Yes. Aadhaar card? Yes. Voter ID card? Yes. PAN card? Yes. So then this all will be known as a candidate keys. Employee ID is a candidate key, Aadhaar card is a candidate key, voter ID is a candidate key, PAN card is a candidate key. Why? Because they all are satisfying the conditions of a primary key. And this is also possible. Sometime in the table, you will see that more than one column are satisfying the condition of a primary key. Okay. Is that clear?
Yes.
So these are known as candidate keys. Then what you will think, out of this, you will select anyone and they will become primary key. What happens in your election? Like from a particular constituency, you will see that 4 or 5 candidates, they are fighting for that particular, what I can say, that role or that position. But out of them, only one will win. So it is like that only. When multiple columns are fulfilling the conditions, requirements, but you're selecting anyone. So those all the columns which is satisfying the condition is known as candidate key. Okay, fine, guys. Unique key, foreign key, and the super key. This is very simple. Alternate key is also simple. Foreign key and unique key, maybe next time we will discuss this in detail. Okay, the difference between primary key and unique key is primary key will not accept you to duplicate. It will not accept null, but your unique key can accept null. That's the only difference. If you want, I have here, now see here, I'm using this 2 column combination to be primary key. So this is composite primary key, okay? Now, do I have it? Unique is there, I think somewhere it was there. This is, it is not there. I will share the script. So unique key, the only difference is it can accept null, but it will not accept duplicate. Okay. So I will stop here. Hope you guys have understood. We'll connect again for the next ad hoc session, guys. Okay.
Hi,
Thanks
Tanvir.
a lot,
Do
Tanvir.
you have a recording of any index session?
Index, I have never taken any session actually. So we will take one session on the index and the clustered, non-clustered index and all those things. Okay.
Yeah, and if I don't know whether it will come under ETL or SQL, the partition table concept, which is
partition table means when I will cover index, I will try to cover partition as well. Okay.
Yeah, because that the most frequently used nowadays.
No. I agree. I will cover that. And that's the reason I segregated SQL and ETL. Some of the topics, we have a gray area where to cover. So I will take a session on that.
Tanvir, may I request a session on view as well?
Glue,
View.
View you're telling. I thought you were thinking about Amazon Glue. Okay. View, I think I have taken recently. I will share the recording, Naveen. Okay.
Okay.
I think it was, we have taken. You go through that. If it is
Yeah, I'll
not
do
clear,
that.
we will take one session again. Okay.
Definitely. Thank you.
I thought you were telling about Amazon Glue. Okay.
No. Thank
Okay, fine then, guys. I have another meeting right now. We'll connect again. Okay. So thank you. Take
Thank you,
care.
Tanvir.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Session
you.
was
Thank
very
you.
useful. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.